Hey, yo, everybody, don't you frown. This is the Philly Shakedown. Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here, and welcome to another episode of the Philly Shakedown podcast, episode 14. And training camp is underway, but with me today is the better half of the Philly Shakedown podcast, Joey Shakes. What is happening, my man?
Not much, man. First. This is the first podcast where we actually have a lot of things to talk about. Training camp started. First week of training camp is done, and a lot going on for us. It's a lot of stuff going on.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And what's up, everybody? I see Zachary, Eagles landed, Jadis Young, Grins, Ryan, Mad, Papa Sora, Proud Infidel. You the man. You got those Cubans coming, huh? You are the man. I like some Cuban cigars. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining here. Greg Mills says, did you reset the moderators? Yes. I have to address this really quick. I had no choice but to reset my moderators. I had a message yesterday from people saying that they cannot reach me. I went today and looked at my block list, and literally some of my best subscribers, some of my best viewers were blocked. This is the second time it happened. I don't know who's doing it, and there's no way for me to weed it out in my moderators. Bad Dog has the same problem. He says it's YouTube, but I don't think it's YouTube because this looked very targeted, in my opinion. So the only thing I can do, being that I am the Moses of YouTube, I freed my entire block list. There is nobody blocked. There are a couple people that I blocked that I know, some spam stuff. But if you're, I have a few mods I kept that were with me from day one. And if you're in here and you see some crap, just, block them if it's bad stuff. But yeah, the only thing I can do was start over. So I apologize. It's nothing personal to the mods that might have lost it. It's just
Right.
the only way for me to do it is clear it out. And I slowly will be starting individually to give you guys mods again.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't give channel membership mods anymore because if you were a channel member, I was just giving mods. So somebody could just be doing that to troll me and then screw me later. So that's what happened, guys. I don't want to spend too much time on that. Really don't. Philly Jim, thank you for the super chat, my man. He said, I just want to say I'm really enjoying the show. Also, I'm impressed by Josh Sweat so far, and I think he could get ready to break out. I think he could end up being a starter, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. So, yeah, so sorry about that to start, guys, but I had to explain that. Now, let's kind of turn to football, Joey. Today, Eagles practice late. Anything interesting come out of that?
I mean, we had a bunch of one-on-ones. We had some 7-on-7s today. TJ Edwards, your boy TJ Edwards, made a nice interception today, which is looking pretty good. I'm hoping that this coaching staff can get most out of the linebackers development-wise. We saw Davion Taylor the past few days really being with that first team. I think Alex Singleton's not really playing right now. Saw some one-on-ones today with the receivers. We had some fights. We had some battles back and forth. But I think the most importantly we have to look at today is there was a leg injury on Devonta Smith. It's not serious. He went to the trainers. He came back without his helmet on, but I think it's more of a precaution. They just didn't work him too hard today. So you don't want your first-round pick to be already on IR by the season starting. So hopefully it's nothing serious. I don't think it is. They said it wasn't, so should be good.
Definitely. And I'm just saying is here, and he's just saying 500 is a scumbag Eagles fan now. Philly 500 has been a scumbag Eagle fan since the day I came out of my mom's vagina. So, yes, take that. You think that bothers me, buddy? Bring it, trolls. Bring it. I'm in that kind of mood. You know what I'm saying? But Turntable Teddy, man, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, Hurts and Smith going to be the next McNabb and Owens, only better, man. Turntable Teddy, thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. And I hope so, but as long as they play more than 1 year, you know what I mean?
No.
That's all I care about.
Yep.
Look, the thing that, the thing really today in today's practice, Joe, I mean, obviously everybody worried about Devonta Smith goes down slow, gets up, right? But, I mean, it sounds like he's okay. It was nothing too, but more precautionary, it looked like.
Right.
But to me, what really, even somewhat yesterday is what the story is this defense. This defense seems like it's getting its soul back. And I mean that in that, like, I think under Schwartz and some of our past defensive coordinators, I felt like that the attitude on defense has not been there for the Eagles a long time, which it always has been. And with Jonathan Gannon, man, he's running down the field, getting excited. Players are excited. They're getting swagger. And you got guys like TJ Edwards making diving interceptions and things like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm
I
very
think
excited.
I think when it comes down to it, I think after Gannon's press conference, his last press conference, and how he's talking about how he's going to move his defensive lineman around, there's going to be a lot of mismatches. If there's an offensive line, that has a weak, if someone's weak on that offensive line, they're going to exploit that weakness and moving a lineman around. And this is what we're getting over. We're getting over the hump of which is development. Development is the most important thing. This is the one thing you could have a perfect draft, perfect everything, but that development process, and it's been back and forth, offense, defense through training camp this week. So defense is making a lot of plays.
Yeah, absolutely. Which King of Egmore, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says Mulata has to be the starter. After what I've heard from Dillard so far, shaking my head. Thing with Dillard is I heard I forget who it was, but they were saying that basically with Dillard you get a very athletic guy. With Jordan Mulata, you get a mountain of men. And they've been battling. And today it sounded like Mulata had a little better practice than Dillard. And the one thing Nick Sirianni was talking about, that Dillard gets down on himself, starts getting angry, like emotional, you know what I mean, when something goes wrong. Any thoughts on that, man? This whole battle at left tackle?
I mean, I just think Mulata's just been playing better. I mean, every time I turn my head, Dillard's getting beat nonstop. I sweat by even Derek Barnett. You know what I mean? So and God knows who else. But I mean, it's going to come down to who's healthy. I think when it comes down to it, because Andre Dillard's health has been in question. Obviously, like it's already enough the Eagles didn't really do right by him when he was drafted. If we could all remember, they kind of redshirted him. They already had Jason Peters here, and they started him for 3 games, and it didn't really work out too well. But I think Dillard's going to have to play better, and if he doesn't, then the only value he's going to have is he's a first-round pick, and that's it. Unless if he doesn't work out left tackle, I'm not saying he's not going to be on the roster or trade him, but they could at this point just try to see if there's value for him in this offensive line elsewhere. Try to cross-train him. Try to do something for him. I mean, I don't know if his body could hold up at guard or even play on the right side, but I don't know what Stoutland's doing. But if he's just strictly keeping him on the left side, I don't, he's just going to be a swing left tackle this year if that's the case.
Yeah, so. Exactly. I'm just saying, says, I'm no troll. I'll caught your fade. You'll caught my fade. That's past tense, buddy. In Vegas when the Eagles play the Raiders, I don't throw fades. I throw haymakers, buddy. Look at these things, cannons. You don't want none of this. Double moonwalk, triple moonwalk. Hey, I come to Vegas a lot, so we could talk. Stupid. I'm gonna fly out there and fight you at the Raiders game because did I offend you? Isn't it funny when people say something to you, then you give them a response, and then they get offended?
Yep.
Well, what? Don't say nothing then. You know what I mean? I think that guy was blocked. I think I saw his name. I think that's what he's just a troll. Isaiah, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, is it true that all Eagles have visited flatearth101.com and are now biblical, scientific, motionless flat earthers?
That was a lot.
I don't know. But that is a great question. Boy, I tell you what, I cleaned out my mod thing. We're getting some great questions. Great questions, but I love it, dude. I keep bringing it. JJ, thank you for the super chat. Peterson and Schwartz went on vacation after the Super Bowl win. This team is loaded with talent. It's just going to take time to grade. Yeah, JJ, thank you for the super chat. Listen, I think Schwartz went on vacation before the Super Bowl because they threw for 500 yards.
They didn't show up for the Super Bowl at all.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. I see some people are asking if they're going to get mods back. Once I clean out the whole mod thing, I will start giving them back. Yes. But you just got to let me kind of figure out, what you will call it. So why do non-channel members even ask for wrench? I mean, everybody asks for wrench, I guess, you know. So
Yeah.
just be a little patient. Let me sort it out, you know. So yeah, interesting. I think this defense, there's a lot to be excited about. Mainly the attitude adjustment. That's the biggest thing. You know what I mean? I like that there's an attitude adjustment with the defense and with Jonathan Gannon, you know. And now if Davion Taylor, can you imagine if Davion Taylor's a player and TJ Edwards, we are set, dude.
That's, what I'm saying is, like, look, like, we have, even when people talk about, you talk about T.J. Edwards and Davion Taylor and just the linebacker group in general, like, is it a weakness? No, I think it's more of an unknown than a weakness, just because Schwartz did not develop any of these players. Like, he put his favorites on the field and just
Right.
went with his whole thing. So, I think we're gonna find, we're gonna go through the hard part of this whole thing, which is develop these guys, see who's got the talent. We already know that T.J. Edwards has that coverage talent as well. So, I mean, who knows? Eric Wilson might not even start. You might already have guys that are better. So you never know at this point what you have.
Right, exactly. Let's see here. Sonic says, I watched your Carson Wentz video and I think you're 100%. Yeah, we're going to get into Carson Wentz. We wanted to clear some of this other stuff out before we do it because there's probably a lot that has to be said. You know what I mean? Cruising 26. Hello, basement dwellers. Ah, I love Giant fans. They are
He
so
thinks.
delusional.
He
So
thinks.
delusional. Yeah, we'll see, Cruising. By the look of your dopey quarterback today, I think it's going to be you guys in the basement. Thank you. I was watching the NFL Network. They had the whole, everything going around. He had the Eli face. Like,
Yeah.
oh crap. Maybe it's something to do with the Giants. What's in the water over there? You know what I mean? Who knows? Now, before we get into Carson, I want to talk a little bit about Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts has been getting better pretty much every day. I think today might have been a little bit off, but for the most part, he has impressed. He had a really nice pass today to Zach Ertz on a double move, and Ertz apparently got yards after the catch. What are your thoughts on Hurts? Where we're at first week of camp?
I mean, it's just, it's obviously, you come into OTAs, you build that chemistry before the OTA starts. You get into training camp and hopefully build more chemistry. And I think they just got to keep doing what they're doing. I mean, he's had on and off days. I think he's been getting better. I mean, there was, I think, the other day, slow beginning and then got real strong towards the end. So it's just really just getting, especially once he has his starters. He's probably throwing to a lot of other guys as well. So I mean, I think once he has his players in place, he'll know how they run. He'll know how they do things. You know what I mean? So it's all about reading your own players and how you read people. But I think the players are excited to play with him, and he's just working his tail off. All he's worried about right now is getting to be a better quarterback every single day, and that's all he cares about. Like even the first day of training camp when they're asking stupid questions about Deshaun Watson and just
Oh my
stupid
God.
questions that he's just like, I don't care. Like he's like, I'm above it all. Like, yeah, I love the answers. I love just the leadership. There's the leadership quality right there. I mean, Lane Johnson says he is quiet, but once they step on that field, it's a totally different Jalen Hurts. It's a totally
Yeah.
different one. So
Yeah, well, look, if the players follow him and he can lead, that's all that matters, dude. That's all that matters in the end to me. So yeah, I'm very excited where he's at. Now I got to see him in preseason. We got to see him play, but so far so good. You know what I mean? And Devonta Smith too. I mean, from day one, he's the best wide receiver on the field. Oh, and it's not even close, Joey. It's not even close.
yeah,
This guy is an absolute stud. You know what I mean? No doubt about
no,
it.
true.
Let's see here. How many years is this now? The Cowboys haven't won. Oh, like what? Like 300 years? It seems like 300. It's been like a long time. Since what? 95, something like that.
95, yeah.
You know what I mean? G Code in the house. What's up, my man? All right, so now I want to get into this with you, man. We got over 275 people in the chat. Please please subscribe if you're new to the channel, and click the link in the description. Go sub up my man Joey Shake 72 up. Sub him up. You guys won't be disappointed. Next week we'll be on his channel, and things are going to start picking up. But Joey, we were supposed to have 3 first-round picks. 3 mother humping first round picks. Now it's looking like it could be 2 firsts and 2 twos. because Carson Wentz heard a in his face. So, what do you make of this crap?
I woke up. And I had to take a double take on my phone because I thought like it was fake news. It was just, it was fake news, but I seen it and I'm honestly not even surprised. I'm really not at this point. It's like, I think, last year, dealt with some things, 2019, coming out of that year, we thought he was going to avenge his name to the league. And obviously we knew what happened last year, but, it's of course, it just happened, and it's unfortunate. There are Carson Wentz lovers out there that, look, I wish him the best in everything he does, but until he faces us next year, and that's it. Like, he lost a lot of weight. He lost about 35 pounds. Frank Reich was probably going to turn him around this year, and he probably would have been solid. I'm not saying he would have been Pro Bowl material. I thought he would have been somewhat solid this year. But, it's just all I say is, of course, it's us that this happens to. I'm not like it's, not like 2 first rounders and 2 seconds are bad, but getting that third, and now it puts a little bit more pressure on us now because now we really have to make sure that Jalen Hurts works out. Like now the more pressure is on us. When we got the three first rounders, you have a little bit of a comfort zone. To where you could do whatever you want and you can make those decisions. But now with 2 first rounders, and if the Colts do play bad, that could probably help to our advantage in the draft, obviously, and hoping the Miami Dolphins, play bad. I mean, obviously, we're going to have the second round pick. I mean, if a Lynch Frank injury, if that's the case, I mean, Jalen Mills had it and he was out probably a season and a half. I mean, it was a long time. So if it popped like that, like it did during practice, during training camp, then we're not going to get it, and it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? And right. Some people say it's karma. Some people say it's it's just bad luck. I think he's one of the most unfortunate, just such bad luck in a quarterback, and just his whole career, a 1-year wonder that hasn't turned into mostly anything as of right now. So. It's crazy.
Yeah. My whole thing with Carson, when I wanted him to be on the team, because I wanted him to be on the roster this year. I wanted him and Hurts to battle an open competition. Okay? But to me, if he got hurt this year, whether he was on the Eagles or he was traded, I don't think you can take the whole injury prone label. I think you have to give it to him at this point. The guy's hurt all the time. And he worked. I mean, he looks fantastic. And I was a little bit worried. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this guy's getting ready to go off this year. And then
his LCL ACL injury from 17 that lingered into 18. He wasn't even prepared to play, but because Carson Wentz has to play hero ball and be the hero, then he had obviously the spinal injury. He had the back injury, whatever it was. So that was on top of the injury that he still wasn't good. And that's why Nick Foles came in again in 2018 and still put up great numbers. It still got us to the playoffs and we probably would have almost won a Super Bowl if it wasn't for one drop in that Saints game. No joke.
Yeah. And look, Dr. Pepe's here today. It's great to see Dr. Pepe. He's talking to Zeke fans. He's going to help him lose weight. I guess he helped Zeke lose weight. Dr. Pepe is a genius. From day one when draft, he was there with us. Cito Kiba's bank account. I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry. He says, thank you for super chat. He says, what's y'all copying mechanism when y'all get double moonwalk by the Giants? Giants? Why would anybody think the Giants are going to beat us? Giants beat us once every, 10 years? Something like that? 5 years?
Just because you go into free agency, you spend so much money. Money doesn't make you win Super Bowls like that. It just doesn't. What's on paper? Well, once the season starts, between that offensive line, between that quarterback that's having a horrible camp right now, plus there's already injuries with the Giants already. Saquon Barkley's already dealing with another knee injury, already on PUP list already. So it's to cope with a loss to the Giants, we would have to play very, very badly for us to deserve to lose against the Giants. We would have to play not up to par. And if we fought and we fought hard, it's a different story. But we're not afraid to talk down on our own team. We're not trying to brush anything off.
Right.
We talk down our own team, and if they deserve to lose, trust me, everybody is talked about. I mean, we are crucial towards our quarterback, whoever's back there, whoever's on the field that's not trying. We attack everybody on this team. We don't care.
Yeah, exactly. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Let me see here. Turntable Teddy, man, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, Wentz proves that size and strength don't mean nothing if you miss the glass. Hurts and Smith aren't huge, but will light it up. Very true. I mean, it doesn't matter how big you are when it comes to injury. Right now, the guy's got a lot of injuries. I don't know what it's going to be. I still want that first-round pick, so I hope he plays. My hope now is that he's off all preseason. He comes back week 1. He's fighting through it for a couple weeks. They struggle, and that they're always in that borderline between being a playoff team and not. And then he has to stay in and play. That's what we want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. But I mean, dude, the Carson Wentz thing just he cannot whatchamacallit? He cannot stay healthy. And can you imagine if he was on the Eagles?
If this happened this year, I mean, obviously he probably would ask for a trade at the end of this year. At this point, I mean, it probably would have already happened at this point. So Jalen Hurts would be the starting quarterback regardless.
Right, exactly.
But
it's weird. Is like I'm having to monitor the chat a little harder than usual, and I'm seeing like a spam in the in our thing, but I'm not seeing it in the chat. So like I can't erase it.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Spam.
I don't understand why it's working like that. But yeah, thank you, Turntable Teddy, for the super chat, man. We appreciate it. We got 355 people here. Please please subscribe, and do me a favor, click the link in the description if you haven't. Go sub up the better half of the Philly Shakedown, the less confrontational guy.
That's
Joey
not
Chase. No, it's not. We have our moments. And show enough is asking for the wrench. I had to erase again. I had people timing people out and hiding them. Mark, thank you for the super chat. He says, I wasn't here for it if you talked, but the opinion on Smith's leg injury situation. Yeah, so he has a leg injury. He went back with the trainers, came back with his helmet off, and it appears from what everybody was saying, it looked like it was more precautionary than anything. You never really know until later, but as of right now, that's what they were saying. I mean, did you hear anything different, Joey, or anything?
I heard he's fine. I heard he's perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong. It was just, they just had to, just stop him for the day, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
unless something broke while we were on air, which if it is, you guys can whatchamacallit. The Eagles fan, quarterback and coach, not even on the team that won you a Super Bowl. Either is yours. What are you talking about?
It's the same thing.
Your guys are in the Hall of Fame now and retired. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Well, yours isn't either. Alec, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, what a futuristic save by Howie Roseman. That's a question I want to ask you.
Does this make him look good?
Does this make him look good, and do you give him credit for it? And Alec, thank you for super chat.
I halfway give him credit. I mean, look, like when the quarterback, like if his mentality is not with Philadelphia and he wants to go elsewhere, then yeah, you make that trade, which they did. But when it comes to Carson early in his career, that's a whole different thing. I think it comes down to, did they build around? Did Howie Roseman do good building around Carson Wentz? Probably not.
Right.
Than what he's doing it with Jalen Hurts right now. Putting the coach, never getting rid of some of these coaches, always just keeping the same roster, same coaches, thinking we're going to get back to what we were getting, obviously from the Super Bowl. And I think half of it's, he gets credit, but I don't think he gets 100% full credit, no.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah, I think Howie gets no credit for it.
Okay.
I think he had no choice. Carson wanted out. They had no choice. That's why he wouldn't have traded him if he if he had a choice. I can't give Howie credit for it yet.
No.
I just can't. Blue City Empire Sports, he says, hey, 500, I went to see your old videos about Jalen Rager, and you really did say Jalen Rager going to win rookie MVP. I see it on your old videos now. I don't remember saying that. And if the context was I was not being a smartass and just trolling somebody, then I have to eat that and I have to apologize for that. So I apologize. I was wrong if I really said it. But I got to see the context of it because I could say something like, just being a smartass, like with the guy earlier. So it depends the context. But if I said it, then then I'm a moron. What can I say? Moron. Fabio, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Why are the Eagles holding Quez Watkins back? He's sick or something, right?
He practiced today. He did it. He actually got some reps today. Yeah.
Limited, but he's COVID list, non-COVID list. I'm sorry. So I don't know what's wrong with him. To me, when I hear that, I think somebody's just sick, but it's not related. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what the whole details of that. They haven't released much from Quez Watkins, but yeah, you said it was. I didn't know if it was full practice or limited today. So
it was limited. Him and Rager were limited. G-Code says 500. It's because Howie is a Loki. Yeah, Howie is. That is true. He really is. He really is. So what are your thoughts? Like what guys have intrigued you so far in camp this first week?
I think I want to start out with the defense because, like you said, I think after watching like Gannon's press conference and just seeing how he's moving guys around and how he's treating this defense, like it's going to be so different. Like 11 guys to the football, it could be different fronts. He talked about the Rams having 4-3 and 3-4 different fronts, multiple fronts if you want to get creative, exploiting weaknesses in an offense and. Just having, there are different guys that he's getting. He wants to get maximum production from a lot of these unknown players, and which, Jim Schwartz didn't help out with that. Right. And then when you go to the offensive side of the ball, I think another thing is with these receivers at Jalen Hurts and how like their different skill sets, how they're being used by Nick Sirianni, Shane Steichen, and obviously the quarterback coach and Brian Johnson that's doing a pretty good job with Jalen Hurts right now, and just how you're going to use these players to their strengths. Get them in the right position to win football games, and making these receivers intermediate and lining them up at all three wide receiver spots. It's going to be a very diverse offense, and I think with the chemistry involved in it with Jalen Hurts, he's going to gravitate those players, and I think everybody wants to play for Jalen Hurts. Everybody wants to win with him, and
right.
I think those are two really most important things. But the defense, I'm starting to get a little bit more excited for because now we're seeing a little bit more. Now we're starting to see like guys in they have to move guys around and start them in the lineup like Davion Taylor and some of these other guys. They have to put guys there. But when you see that they're there like multiple days and you sort of say, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Maybe there is some gems that we didn't know we didn't know we had. So.
Yeah, exactly. Daniel Belfield, man, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, like your streams, guys, technology is wild. Yeah, it's totally crazy that we're two different places being able to do this show. It's cool. It's cool. And, technology is great, and it also makes people very dumb. It really does, because, like, it just is. See? Damn. See,
we're starting, you know what's crazy? We're starting to see the players that Jim Schwartz not even matter now. Like Nathan Gary's not here anymore. I'm telling you right now, with Derek Barnett probably would have started every single day this week. You know what I mean? So it really all matters. I mean, Derek Barnett's with second, with the second string, and he's opposite side of Kerrigan with second team. That's fine. But Josh Sweat has been talked about so much, and then Brandon Graham talked about him. Kerrigan said he's the future. I mean, I wish that we could see it. Like I want to see it right now. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I got morons back. They're back. Some morons, and that's what happens when you try to do. I don't know who this one guy is, because I never even seen them. They're just an asshole. But I'll report them later, and we'll deal with that way. If mods, I do have a few mods still here. If you see that, just get rid of them because they're morons. I hate people like that. But it is what it is. Yeah, it's crazy. Cowgirls fans on here because they want to convince themselves the Cowboys are a good team. They're not. They try to convince themselves all the time that they're good. You know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy. God, man. This guy is back again.
It's crazy.
Who is this? Just hide his ass. You know what I mean?
What kind of
Hide
name
his
is?
ass. I hate the British accent, anyways. So he needs to go. Nobody's scared of the British, by the way.
No.
You know, so yeah. I mean, I don't know who these people are. It's probably the same guy that wants to meet me at the Raiders game.
Oh God.
you know, but yeah, though, yeah, it's crazy. So, what are your thoughts on Davion Taylor and the emergence of him at linebacker?
I mean, what they're saying about him is like the game has slowed down a little bit for him. He's, I think they say he clocked his speed like going down. I think it's like, I mean, it was fast. I mean, they clocked his speed. I guess he's got really good speed against the run, and the game is slowing down for him, and it's really just going to be more reps. I mean, it's just he just needs to get more reps. I mean, there's really not much more to say about it, but I don't know if he really has the coverage skills because I think you have a very good diverse group of linebackers that have different skill sets, and that's what with Nick Randles, the linebacker coach, and what Gannon's gonna get out of these guys. I think everybody is definitely going to be put with the first team this year. We're going to, before the season starts and just see, who they could use. And you know what, with Gannon, he's going to, he's not going to put a player in a bad position like Jim Schwartz did. Like, you put players in bad positions on the field where you're going to lose and you still do it anyway. That's the wrong thing. And I think with Gannon really taking this over, moving guys around, we're going to see the pure strength of, like I said, 2021 is our building block year. To find those building block pieces. And after this year, you get rid of the dead weight, and you could have a lot better roster next year between draft, free agency. You never know what you're going to have by 2022.
Right.
So
Absolutely. I agree. Turntable Tate, thank you so much for Super Chat. He says, Flip 500 Joey Shakes are the best combo since peanut butter and jelly. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
bro.
And if you guys haven't, 380 people here, please click the link. Click on Joey's link, and in the description, go give him a sub up. The better half of the Philly Shakedown podcast. I'm the moron of the group. Adventure Chris, thank you for the Super Chat, man. He says, the Giants hadn't beaten us since 2016, up until one game last year at our worst. Calling it now 12-5. Hope you kept your Jalen Hurts rookie card. Thank you so much for Super Chat. 12-5 would be nice. I'll take that any day of the week. You know what I mean?
It's hard for me to say they're going to win only 6-7.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just Eagles fans that think they're only going to win 6 games. It's a bad division. It's not a good division right now. This division's a mess right now.
Yeah.
So anything can happen.
Anything can happen. For any three of these teams could win this division. It would not surprise me. Band Up Sir, thank you for the Super Chat. He says, what running backs do you want to make the 53-man roster? I would say this. For me, I would like to see Sanders, Kerryon Johnson, Howard, Gainwell, and then if you keep one other back, I want to see what Elijah Holyfield could do. That's all I'm saying. I want to see what he can do. How about you, Joey?
I mean, Miles Sanders, obviously, Kenneth Gainwell, Kerryon Johnson, and I don't know if they're keeping an extra 2, but Boston Scott, I think Boston Scott is going to make the roster. I just have a feeling he's going to because he just, there's so many running backs. Like Jason Huntley did pretty good today. He's actually a good player, but there's just too many running backs here. Like there's just so much to choose from. Elijah Holyfield really he got activated for one game last year, had a really good camp last year, and didn't get one snap. You have 3 bruisers on this team right now. Jordan Howard had a really good day yesterday. Like dry free agency, had no interest. Eagles picked him up. And he looks like he's got a chip on his shoulder coming into this year. Now, Kerryon Johnson, that's going to be a big one, I don't know if they're going to keep 2 bruiser backs in their rotation or whatever they're doing. Would it be bad? No, but it's going to be hard for me between Kerryon Johnson and Jordan Howard. I don't think they're keeping both, and I think it comes down to health as well. So,
well, you think they're going to keep 4 or 5 running backs? I mean, I'm thinking with the extra roster spot, you might keep an extra running back.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Jordan Howard, they said, is in absolute tremendous shape too. That's the thing with him, Justin, thank you. Oh, thank you for the chat. He says, Philly 500, it's been a minute. I've been on the page since the season. I haven't been on the page since the season ended. It's our time. All new everything. Fly Eagles fly. It's great to see you, my man. Definitely great to see you. Heads or Tails says, when Moses and YouTube opened the floodgates, the frogs came in. Yeah, they came in with a fury, didn't they? But the one guy, the British asshole, um, he wasn't on my block list. So he was just a piece of garbage. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
You know? There's so many there's a lot of running backs. No
Nick
question.
Sirianni promised us competition, guys, and we got it at the running back position, the wide receiver position, and the linebacker position. So, and the more the merrier. Like, especially if Doug was here and we had this many guys, I don't even know if I could even trust it. But I'm liking this, having a lot of guys at positions. It's the best way to do it. Competition is the best way.
Absolutely. Oh, I wanted to ask you. I'll ask you after this super chat because I just forgot what the hell I wanted to ask you. Shit. John Dunham, thank you for super chat. He says, funny how every 4 years we lose once to the Giants. In 2012, we split. Okay. 2016, we split. 2017-19, we swept them. In 2020, we split. Yeah, that's interesting. They beat us every 4 years one time. And then they think they own us again. You know what I mean? There's people like Pizzle who thinks that he's like, he gives himself a win. He thinks that they swept us because Ingram dropped the ball. He's like, well, he shouldn't have dropped the ball. We won. That's how ludicrous they are. They're insane. John Dunn, thank you for the super chat, man. And I do remember what I wanted to ask you. What were your thoughts on how Jalen Hurts handled first day of the media? Because the first day of the media, they kind of came at him pretty strong about the whole Deshaun Watson situation.
He was laughing at him. I mean, I think in his mind he was actually laughing at them and just brushing it off. Like he knows the media is going to be ridiculous. You know that Philly media is just going to – that's just how it is. He'll get used to it. I think he's already used to it at this point. But he's just worried about, the rent is due, quote, unquote. That's the quote from Jalen Hurts. You had Lane Johnson with the rent is due hats. He had all the hats and everything like that, so that was cool. But, no, I don't think it's Jalen Hurts. I don't worry about – am I going to be worried about Jalen Hurts – getting these guys prepared on game day? Probably not. I mean, probably furthest from it. Just like Malcolm Jenkins. Did you worry every game Malcolm Jenkins didn't get these guys prepared before the game? No, you never worried about it. So I don't think he's affected by it at all.
Yeah. Cody Ginn says, thank you for super chat, my man. He says, I'm really sorry, guys, for the incoming sweep.
Let me tell you something. Okay, so I'm an Eagles fan from New York, okay? I've been a New Yorker my whole life. I know millions of Giant fans, millions of Jet fans, or not millions, but you know what I mean. But these Jets, I think the Jet fan base, it has a lot more when it comes to their fans than the Giant fans. And you know what? They come out of the closet. Like, I go to Philly on a game, doesn't matter what record, doesn't matter what players are on the team. These fans are really just so excited for every single game. And they don't care. They just want to win. You know what I mean? And then when you have an offseason like the Giants had, the Jets have had multiple offseasons like this where they spend so much guaranteed money on free agents, overpaying so many players. And on top of everything else, they think they're Super Bowl bound. Like, it is very tough to win a Super Bowl. I didn't really know how hard it was until we actually won one, and how stressful it is the whole season. But can't be pumping your chest too much. You don't know what you have one come game day. So that's all I'm going to say.
I mean, look, we've done this before. We have been guilty of this ourselves, where you think that you go out and sign all these guys, that means you're automatically going to do something. It doesn't. Galladay is a good player. He is, no question about it. But he's got to stay healthy. He's had health problems too. I think with the Giants, the biggest factor that I see is your quarterback, your offensive line, and I think your pass rush. Those got to show up to me this year. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see from them, I saw a question. I can't find it. But Cody, thank you for super chat. Somebody was asking about an update on J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. He pretty much stinks, is from what we know. He did get hurt today, though. After play, he kind of had a crawl to the sideline. Was with the trainers, came back in limping gingerly. So he did get a little banged up. We hope he's okay. But
who got hurt?
JJ Arcega-Whiteside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're asking how he's doing. 500. Teddy says Teddy Cancun Cruz is here. What's up? 500, JJ Arcega-Whiteside will be the team's MVP. If you had rain coming in the forecast and you need an umbrella man, that's your guy. but I can't see it. I can't. I've already heard 2 years of hype of him. Right, last year in camp they were like, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside looks a lot faster, and he's made some nice catches in camp today. You watch out for him.
You would
2 days
have
ago,
to
I heard the same thing. 2 days ago.
if J Jaw is the team's MVP. I'm telling you right now, you would have to do a bet with your subscribers that you're going to do something at the end of the year. That you're going to do if he becomes MVP, you have to do something. I mean, that's just crazy to even think that.
Yeah, it's crazy. If he's the MVP, we would probably didn't win a game all year. Literally. Hey Richie MC, you were blocked on my channel. You were one of those people that were blocked, man. So I apologize. I don't know if you noticed or not, but there was a lot of people that blocked. I'm like, dude, I've been wondering where these people are. So it's good to see you back. He says RG3 to Indy. That could happen, I guess.
Could
that could. The funniest thing I heard is what if Indy got Nick Foles? That would be the funniest thing ever, dude, ever. What would you do? I mean, he would have a fit, dude. He would have a conniption fit.
Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah, definitely.
Proud Infidel, my man. Thank you for the super chat. He says TJ is going to rock Philly. Did you see his diving pick on Hurts? Unbelievable. Yeah. Jonathan Gannon ran out on the field. They were all pumped up. That's what I'm saying. The energy of this defense. You know what I mean? He says our coaches are starting a bonfire. Kill them, strip the ball, etc. Go blitz time to sub up Gate City Sports also. Yes, definitely sub up Gate City Sports. He is sharp. I like Gate City. Proud of it. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate it, man.
I think Anthony Harris mentioned at his press conference that their knuckles are they're going to get bloody because Gannon's literally telling them to strip the ball every chance. They're teaching everybody how to strip the ball. We need to get turnovers this year. 100%.
I mean, we've talked about this for a few years. It always feels like especially under Schwartz, there was just no real energy on defense. It just seemed like it was the defense was there to go through the motions and just hold on long enough and well enough that you get to the fourth quarter with a lead, and then you can have the advantage. It was just missing something. I feel like with Gannon so far, I feel like the energy on defense is way up there. Maybe since Jim Johnson, it's been that long, dude. So I'm very pumped about it, man.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you for super chat.
I wonder if are they gonna have him in the box, or do you think they're gonna have him on the field this year?
I'm not really sure. I mean, it sounds because I'm very interested to see what his scheme is, what he likes to do. I assume it's going to be similar a little bit to Minnesota, but I mean, he sounds like he's going 4-3-3-4. So I think he's going to move them all around. What I like about these coaches and gets me so excited is I like how they want guys to be able to do everything. The more that you can do, then the harder it is to plan against you. You know what I mean? I mean, one of the things with Belichick over the years is one of the reasons he's so good is because his team could be a different offense. Their offense could be a totally different offense week to week.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It is. Tyree, man, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it, man. He says, what is your ideal defensive lineup week 1? So if I had to guess my ideal lineup right now, I would say Brandon Graham and Josh Sweat starting at defensive end, Hargrave and Fletcher Cox in the middle. That's how I would have it. I know that sounds like Derek Barnett's on the outs, but I mean Josh Sweat sounds like he's really got a chance to be good.
Yeah,
Tyree, thank you for super chat, man.
Yeah, as long as he stays healthy, I mean that's it. As long as if he's playing, sometimes I don't think of Josh Sweat as a rotational guy. The longer he stays in the game, the better he gets.
Right.
It is more disruptive he is in the backfield. That's what I've seen from him. I mean, it's been a huge jump. I mean, as long as I think he kind of cut the chatter down the knee injury. I think from earlier, I think he had the press conference before training, before OTAs, and then kind of, my knee's fine because everyone was always talking about his knee with the past knee issues. So,
yeah, yeah. G Code says trade Dillard right now. That's an interesting statement, G Code. Because I have the feeling I feel like this, and I feel this way with Derek Barnett too. If you got guys that are high picks, making a lot of money, $10 million this season, and they're going to sit on the bench for you, then trade them. Trade them. I agree with you, dude. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm good with it either. I'm good with it either or. Like you keep him there. If he's just going to be dead. If the coaching staff thinks he's not going to do anything, if the Raven Clark could get in at left tackle or somebody that we have, and they think that Dillard cannot do anything, I mean, I'm fine with it. They could go get rid of him. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Ray Bello, man, thank you for the super chat. He says JJ will make it. Laugh out loud. If JJ Arcega-Whiteside makes it, then who's the odd man out? Hightower? I mean, Hightower might not make it anyways. So you would have what, Greg Ward going? I mean, who would you lose? I can't imagine he makes it.
If you keep 6, I think he's the odd man out automatically. I don't see JJ going over anybody else. I think if you keep 6, you're perfect. I think you're fine.
I agree with you. Ash Prime Life, thanks for the super chat, man. He says Jordan Mailata over Andre Dillard, 100%. I agree. And thank you for the super chat. Also, Ray Bell, thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you, everybody, man. We got over 400 people in here.
Wow.
It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. We really appreciate it. If you haven't clicked the link in the description, go sub up my man, Joey Shakes, the better half of the Philly Shakedown podcast. He's been hard working at the rap song we're going to do. And I'm going to give you a line right now from it. He says, "Don't let the trolls make you frown. Come watch the Philly Shakedown."
That's not true at all. That's not true at all.
Yeah, that's it. We just need a beat to it. He wanted to use the I Love Lucy song, but I said, I don't know about that.
No.
We got y'all Fighters. Like shout out from Oklahoma. Shout out to Oklahoma. Philly B Mac. Shout out to you in Oklahoma. I've been through Oklahoma a couple times. One time I was driving home and I was going through Oklahoma, and it was like 3 hours, and I noticed the same hitchhiker on the same side of the road, and I realized that instead of going like I was supposed to be going west, I was going east for like 3 hours. But I know I was going west. So I think I might have been abducted by aliens or something because I ended up on the same side of the road. This is a true story, by the way. This is a true story. And I don't know how I was going east for 3 hours when I know I was going west. And I saw the same damn hitchhiker. Just saying. Weird stuff happens to me.
The hills have eyes type stuff.
Yeah, definitely. No question about it. That's what you get on the Philly Shakedown. We'll talk aliens. Band up. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hopefully Smith is back Monday. Jalen Reagor, second team reps. Yeah, I expect Reagor to get second team reps because he's been limited in practice so far. So I don't think that's a surprise. I wouldn't look too much into it. And at least Reagor is off. I mean, at least they're off tomorrow. So I think that's cool. John Dunham, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, I'm also looking forward to seeing Ryan Kerrigan play in Eagles green. I am too, and I think he can still play. Like, I still think he could get you 7-8 sacks in a year coming off the bench. I think he can play. Once they signed him, Joey, that was when I said this team's trying to at least win this division.
Trying to make some noise at least. It's weird seeing him in an Eagles green just a little bit, but at the same time, even if you have an injury on the defensive line, I'll give him more reps, and he probably won't even care if you give him more reps at this point. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder, and I just, I know he knows all the players here. It just makes me wonder why he came here. I know he said that, he said a few things about it, but he must have really, really liked it here, and I like the fans, and obviously knows a lot of the players that he's gone against. So it's good looks for our tackles as well. So Lane Johnson's got, Mailata and whoever else is going to have a lot of work ahead of them training camp. So
yeah, I totally agree. Where are you hiding? Thank you for the super chat. He says, where are you hiding, Dingbat and Shakes? It's almost time for Hurts to show the league he's the number one quarterback here. Slim Reaper about to tear up Atlanta too. I know, man. Where are you hiding? It's good that you're not hiding and we're getting to see you. Thank you for the super chat. Joe, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. We appreciate that, man. I'm falling behind here. And I know there's still some mods because I'm still in the process of fixing everything. If anybody is putting anything out there, just get rid of their ass. You know what I'm saying? The three rules: no racist, no spam, and no like threatening anybody. You know what I mean? Like the haymaker guy was trying to threaten me with something. Like I'm scared. Bulbrook, thank you for the super chat. In my opinion, the Eagles need to sign a veteran wide receiver. Now, I kind of get this, right? If you have a veteran wide receiver, somebody that comes in, maybe they're not going to be there during the season, but maybe can work with these guys, be in their ear, be on the field doing the same drills, talking about position and stuff like that. I don't think it would hurt them, especially Devonta Smith and maybe even more so Jalen Reagor. How do you feel about that?
I mean, are you talking about a veteran that's a proven veteran, or are you talking about a veteran that's just been around the league that knows the game and that's it?
Yeah, I guess for me, I'm talking somebody that you're not going to have on the roster when you do your 53-man roster.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, like, a lot of these guys are young. Obviously, Greg Ward is the oldest,
Yep.
receiver, which is crazy. But at the same time, like, I don't think Greg Ward is a a young rookie anymore, or he's still learning the game. I think he's highly talented, and I think there's definitely. Everyone's learning from each other. I mean, yeah, it doesn't, to bring in a veteran, it's a good thing just to have, but at the same time, I think these guys just want to figure it out on their own. They just want to play, and they just want to show the world what they could do and show the league what they could do. So
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. Joe, thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate it. He says, "Hey, Philly, I've been watching you since 2017, and my comment always gets hidden, but does anyone else get bothered? The NFL doesn't post Eagle stuff. I don't know why you could have been blocked too. I've had so many I had this problem a couple times where people were getting blocked and I didn't know about it because I had some rogue mods, and I cleared it. I cleared the whole block list today, so it could have been that. But I'm glad to see you, man. And it doesn't seem like you should have been blocked. So I'm sorry for that. I am. And why and get bothered? Yeah, I mean the NFL doesn't ever post Eagle stuff. I don't think they like us, man. I really don't. But thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. It is crazy, right?
mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll be giving back wrenches. Believe me, it's just I'm trying to like clean everything out right now on my thing, so I could avoid people getting blocked. You know. Let me think here. Let me see here. What do you think about Miles Sanders? Because I saw that they really are emphasizing him in the receiving game this year. Like they were showing him, he was working on the ball machine, stuff like that. I think that the Eagles got away from that last year, and it hurt them. Like, why would you not? And he did drop some balls, but I think guy like Miles Sanders, I think he needs to play. And people say, well, he gets hurt a lot and stuff like that. But I think when these guys don't play enough and you use them the way Doug does, I think it can tend to lead to more injury.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like they strayed away from that, and I was looking for that last year, and he was just—it's just a mismatch. It's mismatch opportunities. You know what I mean? Plus, if you insert that in this offense this year with the weapons you have around, I mean, it's going to open up a lot.
Right.
Sanders can get some easy catches for some big
Right.
chunk yards, and obviously he's got that gadget ability that he does have, and I think that's going to be a huge mismatch. Not even just for Miles Sanders to do it, but with Kenneth Gainwell, I think they have backs. They're running Boston Scott up the middle last year. They didn't use him the way they used to use him. Like they strayed away from so many different things, and hopefully this team is putting that back in perspective, putting these running backs in the passing game as well. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty pumped about it.
I am definitely too. Did you see Nick Sirianni's press conference by chance today?
Today I didn't. I had no time to watch today.
God, dude, like when I see that guy, I'm like, I want to put a football helmet on and run through a wall. Like this guy, I was sitting there, I had my feet up, I had the chair back, I had no shoes on, but I had socks because I don't walk around barefoot. Next thing you know, I'm putting the chair down. Next thing you know, I'm up and I'm about to go through the wall. My wife's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Do you hear this guy talking? Like this guy is the real deal, dude." I love Nick Sirianni, and let me tell you, Joey, I think people in the media who have trashed him all season, okay, are starting to change the tune on him because they see kind of how he is.
Mm-hmm.
You have any thoughts on him, so far?
I mean, when you're talking about what the
Just in general, what are your thoughts so far from what you've seen of Nick Sirianni?
Oh no, I mean, yeah, I mean he talks a great. I mean, he talks a great game. He knows what he's talking about. He knows how to use his players. He knows the strengths and weaknesses of his players. I mean, I think he's just going to utilize all these players to what they could do and make them stars. And it's just it's exciting. From day one, I wasn't sure. Like, I think we were like, let's just see how he does. Let's see. Obviously he got clowned on a lot of times, but with Nick Sirianni, I think it's just going to be he's nice. But then he yelled at Jason Huntley the other day. It was like details. He's a hard coach. Like, it may not look like it from the outside, but he is a very hard coach. Nothing less than excellence in this offense or any position. And I think all these coaches, I feel like I'm watching another Nick Sirianni when I see Jonathan Gann. Like, they all have the same. They all agree on the same things when it comes to producing, when it comes to practicing, when it comes to just competition in general. And they're making these guys compete like nobody's safe on this roster. And that's what I like, and that's how we're going to have a good team.
Yeah.
So, I love it.
Joseph Vega is here. Hey, Joseph Vega, I had this pest control guy come yesterday, and I swear his name was Joe, and he looked just like you. And I said, Joseph Vega, what are you doing in the town? What? And he goes, what? And I'm like, never mind. Like, I'm serious. He says, the fat man is in the building. Shave, fat man. Shave, Mr. Shakes. Hey, Giants lost 2 centers, a left guard, ACL, Barkley, physically unable to perform. Galladay, ankle soreness. Their quarterback, Jones, is bad. It's bad news. 5-11, horrible season coming. I will shave when I get to it. And, hey, it is what it is. He really thinks the Giants are going to stink this year. I hope so.
Never know.
I hope so. And I see a lot of people asking me about getting a wrench and getting the wrench back. I'm still cleaning the whole mod thing out. Once I clean it out, I will start giving you wrenches back. It's just important that you have to believe in my philosophy. My philosophy of no censorship unless it's 3 things: spam, races, or threats. Other than that, you let people talk. You let them call me names. Obviously, I can handle myself. They get mad at me. They want to fight because I fire back at them. So let people talk. And if you agree with that and you're here all the time and I see you, of course, you can have your thing mod back. But I got to kind of sort things out right now because it's my mod thing's just a mess. So just want you guys to know, Yeah. Billy B. Max says, new sub, you're all awesome. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. 395 people in the chat. Please subscribe. And make sure you click the link in the description. Sub up my man, Joey Shakes.
Appreciate it, guys.
So we got our first week done, right? First week of training camp is out. Next week, well, tomorrow we're off. Then Monday we're back at practice. But Tuesday is the day the pads come out, man. The pads come out. It's going to get real very, very soon. Question is, can this team avoid major injuries like they haven't been able to? I know a lot of people. I saw somebody in the chat earlier. I didn't get a chance to click on it because it moved too quick. But somebody was saying they're very concerned about Brandon Brooks and his health. Oh. I am very concerned about him and Lane Johnson.
Yeah, with that, I mean, a hamstring injury, not even, the second day of camp. And guys, I'm telling you right now, if he gets hurt again this year, they're going to be cautious with him, but at the same time, this guy needs to stay in the whole entire game, every single game, and you need to watch out for that. So what I'm saying is, look, if he gets hurt again this year, I'm sorry, but we might have to put Nate Herbig at right guard next year, and might have to look for a trade. We might have to do it or release her. I don't know how the money is right now, but we're just going to have to see. I don't know. It's alarming. It's very alarming.
Yeah, it is. Tyree, man, thank you for the super chat. He says, my cousin with the Colts. It's not just a foot. Well, I mean, if he's out any significant time, okay, I'm going to have the same approach that I would have if he was here. He's Mr. Glass. Because to me, this was a do-or-die year for Carson Wentz. It just was, whether he is in Philly or not. And if can you imagine going through that, man? Thank you for the super chat, by the way, man. Appreciate it. 40 boy, thank you for the super chat. He says, need Smith healthy. Dude is a walking gold jacket. I love that. Dude is a walking gold jacket. That is perfect, dude. I have to steal that from you. We are big underdogs, and I love it. Me too. Time to wake them up. Even Smith is the underdog because of our quarterback. and because of his weight. But thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Uh, man,
He said it perfectly. He said it.
a
Yeah, that's.
walking gold jacket, dude. I love that. You know, that is great. Let me see here. I'm trying to see. Did I miss anything here?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. It's going quick here. Oh, Joseph Vega's in the house. I know he's right. He's coming. He's coming hard at me. Thank you for the super chat, my man. He says that was the Giants. Now Redskins, well, they're actually the no names. Offense is so bad they don't even want to report it. They ask Fitzmagic what he said. I'm trying. What do you wait? What? Now the Redskins offense is so bad they don't even want to report, and they ask Fitzmagic what's up. He said I'm trying. So Fitzmagic is they're asking why they're struggling, and he's like I'm trying my best. That's not a good sign if that's what you mean. You know what I mean? Jeez, that's crazy. Yeah, the wrenches. If you see the wrenches are gone, they'll be coming back. I gotta clean out my whatchamacallit. So we'll see. I really want to know what's going on with Carson because I'm the more it seems like every update it gets worse and worse and worse, and it looks like we're gonna lose that first round pick, dude.
It's
I mean,
gonna happen.
it looks like. I mean, even if he plays, can you imagine him playing 13 games? I can't even imagine it, dude.
I mean, we haven't heard any news yet. If he's seeing a specialist, if we get news that maybe he's gonna want to play or try to play on it, I don't know. I mean, that's gonna be tough.
Right.
If that's the case.
I mean, well, if it's a Liz Frank, he ain't playing on it. You know what I mean? That thing goes, that ain't good. You know?
I get it.
It's crazy. Let's see here. Zeke washed. Dak is walking injury magnet. I love it. Hurts going to wake people. Hurts is going to go off this year. I'm after this week at camp, I'm very happy. I think with a guy like Dak Prescott, right? You come back from that major injury, it always tends that these guys get hurt in other areas. You like when you have a major injury for whatever reason, the way the body works, it seems like you come back and then you get these nagging injuries all year long. I think that's what Dak is going to go through.
Yeah, like he's gonna throw way too much with that right shoulder, and it could aggravate later during the year. So you never know.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see. I lost my place here. Joseph Vega, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says Dallas Dak is slower than normal. That's what I heard too. I heard that his shoulder hurt. Me, fat man. Our division isn't beating us. We going 11-5. Fitzmagic said, "I'm learning. I'm trying." Yeah, Fitzmagic. Look, the one thing I don't worry about is Fitzpatrick because he's been like 10, 12 teams. I mean,
not even just that, but usually like most of his success is coming out of deep balls to really fast receivers. I mean, he just throws on really good go routes. I mean, it was a few years on Tampa when him and Deshaun Jackson were lighting it up all year. He was just throwing it deep for weeks on weeks. It was the same play every single week.
Yeah, 40 boy, thank you for the super chat. He says Cowboys suck, dirty birds for life. Absolutely, man. I cannot wait for this season. I cannot. And the Cowboys, they play next, I think, Thursday. So I think they got the Hall of Fame game. And we talk maybe, me and Joey will talk. We might do something where we stream it together. I think that would be fun. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Totally missed my super chat. Looking forward to this $5 payment every month. I missed your super chat. What do you mean? I know I read it earlier. Let me see.
You might have not. I saw that one. I don't know if you read that one.
Oh, dude, if I missed it, I apologize. It's always slow on StreamYard for whatever reason. But if I did, I'm going back and trying to find it. I know I read one of his stuff earlier. And if I missed it, dude, I definitely apologize, man. So I apologize, Ray Bello, man. Sorry about that. I can't find it. You know what I mean? No question about it. So yeah, man, it's been an interesting week. No question about it. What I want to see next week is I kind of want to see when the pads come on. I want to see how guys like Devonta Smith look in his pad because there's so much talk about him being small and things like that. Kenneth Gainwell, dude. Did you see his thighs? He's got
Yeah,
big legs.
big lower body.
He
Yeah.
does. He does. I'm excited about it, man. Marcus Walls, thank you so much for the super chat, man. The hell with the rest of the division. Bird gang, baby. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of questions about, and thank you for super chat. A lot of people want to know what happened to the wrench. I had to start cleaning it out because people were getting hidden on my channel, like really good subscribers and things like that. So I'm in the process of resetting everything. Most of you will wind up getting it back at some point, but you just got to let me kind of sort it out right now. Joseph Vega, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. He says, listen, the writers were like, I haven't seen the offense this bad in years. I have nothing to report. This is god-awful. They said, I hope they fix it soon. That is great.
Is it really that bad? I mean,
I
just
know.
from having like one quarterback that has a lot of, I don't know, they have good pieces. It's like, is the quarterback really playing that bad? Because their pieces on offense aren't bad at all.
No. I don't know. I mean, how do you? I mean, that's pretty bad. It's got to be pretty bad when you're talking first week of practice. You know what I mean? It's crazy. We got over 400 people in the chat. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you guys for being here. We do this every week. Next week will be on Joey's channel. So if you haven't, click the link in the description and sub him up because you're not going to want to miss what he has to say. Proud Infidel says, I hardly missed a day during the Buddy Bowl camp. He always had them hitting big time. Now check out the injury history on those years. It tells you something, huh? It does. See, I'm a big believer, and I'm with you because I believe that a lot of the injuries that you see nowadays in the NFL is because they don't hit, they don't practice as hard, and their bodies aren't ready for it week to week. I mean, when I grew up and we did 2 days in August. We were doing 2 days. We were high school. So now these guys don't hit, man. And I do think there's something to that. I really do. And Buddy would work those guys out. They would hit and they would fight. And he would be sitting there. They would be showing guys fighting, and Buddy Ryan would be just laughing. And I do agree with you.
You know what I can't stand? Like the penalty I can't stand now for a defense. Like I hate that you can't put pressure on the quarterback now. So like you have to tackle with your shoulder. I'm not saying your head down stuff, but it's hard to tackle. And what about the linebacker from Green Bay that had like 3 of them in 1 year, and he said, "I don't care. I'm going to play the same way I've been playing." I forgot his name from Green Bay that retired. I forgot.
Who's that?
Matthews.
Clay Matthews.
Clay Matthews. Like some of the rules. I forgot what we haven't really talked about the extra rules that they're putting in this year. I don't know if there's anything different this year what they're doing, but
I don't either, to be honest with you. I have to look, but every year they get 2 hands on. The more they manage it, the worse the product becomes.
Right.
I think. Carlos Garcia, man, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Love you guys, man. We love you too.
Shit, bro.
We love you too, man." Suave TV. He says, "You all know our defense has improved now. That's why y'all trying to make excuses about Dak." Laughing my effing ass off, effing Eagles. Listen. Let's say your defense improves 10%, 15%. You're still going to allow 37, 40 points a game. They stink. I mean, your defense has not improved that much.
No,
I don't believe. I mean, look, I like Parsons. Parsons is a player, but how much are you going to expect from your rookies first year? So the thing with Dak Prescott is he's hurt. He's already hurt, not practicing. I know because Mark Holmes doesn't text me back when bad news about Dak Prescott comes up. So it's just we'll see. You know where to find us if you're right. Joseph Vega, man, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, "Shakes, what do you think about Nelson getting burnt a lot? Not good. 500. Why are you looking at Gainesville thighs? Shit, you got some big thighs too, don't you?" Yeah, but I just wanted to see if his were bigger than mine.
Like,
but yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, I may need to pause when I'm looking at his legs.
Look, like when they do those like wide receiver DB drills where it's like the receiver can literally run anywhere on the field, it's like an overhyped. It's nice to watch, but it's more like an overhyped drill that they do. It's like the corner does, it's not like they're playing one side of the field. Like the corner has to like defend this whole entire area. I don't know. I think it's kind of ridiculous, but I mean, it's good just to see. I mean, he's been burnt a few times, but like I said, like we know that Steven Nelson's not locked down. Like guys are going to get beat. It just happens, so I wouldn't take it seriously. Like I think Steven Nelson's going to be a great addition, obviously with a game plan and obviously with safeties behind him. It's a totally different story when you play in a game. So I wouldn't really go crazy about it.
No, I mean
Like,
everybody. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I mean everybody gets beat at times. But I think he's a good, solid starting corner, cheap, real cheap, and that's the main thing. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, man. I really wouldn't. Jersey Dolphins, man, thank you for the super chat. He says, Philly, my AC broke. I need a rerun dance to make it through until repairs. Man gets here. The repairman, yeah, AC broke, not fun. Air conditioning, greatest invention of all time. I'll give you a weight rerun. There you go. Wait, rerun. There you go. So I hope you feel better. Stay cool. Try not to move. And it is what it is, 4 playoffs and 1 Super Bowl. And how long? Let me know when you get 5 rings. John Stanley, you're looking pretty young over there. What are you like? How old does he look?
I can't even see the picture, right?
I can't tell. But he looks young. So I'm going to assume you were, 2 years old when you won your last one? Did you ever see your team win? I don't care. I don't care. Like if you said to me, the Eagles have 15 Super Bowls from the 40s to the 60s or early 70s. I would say well, what does that mean to me? I've never seen one. So to me, we have none. You know what I mean? That's what I would think, Let's see here. Let's see. Where can we go? 125, 850. That's my weight.
What?
I said 125, 850. That's my weight. I'm a big dude. The Cowboys are ridiculous during the draft. They drafted a 3rd linebacker in the 1st round when they already had 2 great linebackers. Yeah, they did. Team played 3 linebackers on the field. Only 29% of. Okay, so the teams played 3 linebackers. 29% of the snaps. Today's base defense is nickel. Interesting. Yeah. Well, that's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, think about this. The Giants didn't even draft an offensive lineman. You know what I mean? Oh, John's born 1974, so I guess you did see some Super Bowls. So I'll shut up now because I can't say nothing. I don't mind if they won 5 and you saw it. Fine. It's when I had this one 8-year-old kid go, we have 5 Super Bowls. I go, but you were born last year. What does it matter? Marcus says that Dak Prescott's doing the stanky legs. He is crippled. Look, he's gonna. I think he'll be fine. In all honesty, but I do think guys coming back from major injuries always seem like they have that first year back is always their body breaks down other ways.
Mm-hmm.
It just it's crazy.
True that.
Sorry, Philly fan. Our defense just got scary. Malik Hooker is a beast. Yeah, he's a beast on the IR. The guy's never healthy.
Oh,
the guy can't stay healthy. You know what I mean?
I swear to God, every signing is like a star.
Yeah.
Every signing is a star.
Right. I hear you. It's crazy. Dude, Stu, my man, what's up with you, buddy? How are you doing, man? He's a great guy right here. In Dak, we trust, even though he's a Cowboy fan. Just a sore shoulder, relax. Philly stinks, but 500 is good people. How about them Cowboys and Joe Boo's Sports Report? 44 here, Philly 500 can't pull that with me seeing enjoyed 3. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Yeah, you're 44. You've seen some Super Bowls. I'm an old man too, but I hear you. Hey, look, if you saw the Super Bowls, okay, you saw them, great. But it's still a really long time ago. I mean, it's really a long time ago.
Every year it gets longer.
I mean, we won in 2017. It feels like 30 years for me. So those guys who haven't won in 30 years, it must be 100 years. Proud Infidel says, ready for some Buddy Ball 2.0. I'm ready for some Bird Ball. Loose Dolts and Dolphins lose a lot. Yes, they do. Let's hope they lose a lot. Because, if Carson is out like any significant amount of time, here's the one thing, though. That second-round pick may be a very high second round, like a very early second-round pick. I mean, dude, can you imagine if you're the Colts right now? You just trade for this guy, and now you have to actually have him.
And you'll be paying him too on top of it. You know what I mean?
I know, it's crazy. It is crazy. So we've done an hour and 15 minutes. We still have over 400 people here in the chat. Please please subscribe. If you're new to the channel, click the link in the description and sub up Joey Shakes, the better half of the Philly Shakedown. We'll be on his channel next week. Yep. And yeah, you guys won't want to miss it because it's gonna get crazy. It's been a hell of a week. I'll tell you that, man. So let's go about you want to do like another 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, that's fine. It's all good.
We'll do like another 10 minutes. Any questions you guys have, anything you have to say, get it out there now. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be interesting. We could possibly use 2 seconds to trade back up to. Oh yeah, you could trade back up to the first with 2 second-round picks. No question about it. It's going to be interesting with this Carson thing because they're going to keep this thing under wraps, and it just seems like it ain't going to be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not. I think we have to prepare ourselves that we're not going to have another first-round pick. So I think how you really look at it right now is that it's a very heavy defensive draft next year, and the Eagles can get their hands on some corners, some pass rushers next year, and I think that's where we really have to go. I just really hope that Jalen Hurts does play well because it's going to be really bad if we trade a first-round pick for a quarterback next year and trade for Deshaun Watson. Not putting anything on Deshaun Watson, saying he's a bad player. He's young, he's full of energy. The guy could play, and I think he would fit really well here. But I just don't want to go that route, especially if we lose another first-rounder. It's going to be tough.
John Staley says, but learn early. You've learned early being raised in a house. Okay, so you were raised in a house of Redskin fans, and you and your sister are Cowboys fans. Well, I know this. Back in the 80s, Redskin fans were annoying. They were annoying as hell because they had Joe Gibbs and they won a lot of Super Bowls, man. They were a very different fan base than today. A lot of Washington fans are now Baltimore Raven fans, actually. Mm-hmm. So, it is what it is. Harlem Cowboy says at 166 pounds, Smith will not last in the NFL. He's hurt after one practice hit. It wasn't really hurt. I don't think it was a big deal. If that's all you're going on, you're going to be disappointed. I'm not worried about Smith at all. Not at all. But you guys should worry about your quarterback, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Come back from major injury. You know what I mean? You don't have Dr. Andrew checking your ankle if it's good, for real. Can't stand Wentz, but hate seeing a player get hurt. Best wishes to that spoiled brat Wentz. Yeah.
Spoiled brat.
Look, I hope he's not hurt either. I hope, like I said, I hope that somehow this turns into a positive for us. Like, maybe he doesn't play in preseason, right? There's 6 weeks before the season starts. So maybe he doesn't play. He comes in like week 1, week 2, and then he's rusty, doesn't have connections, and he struggles all year. And we still get the first-round pick. That would be the best case scenario. You know what I mean? In my opinion, No,
that's true.
Turntable Teddy. I like that name. Thank you for the super chat. He says, is it too early to predict who we take with the 2-3 first-round picks? Can we trust Howie to do the right thing? I don't know that we can trust Howie to do the right thing. I'm being honest about that. I don't know. And it's hard for me to do that. What I will say is I don't know what players we're going to take, but I think that we're going to end up going heavy defense early. And I'm assuming first round, even if you just have 2 first-round picks, I assume you're going to go defensive end and corner. Those would be my 2 top picks, unless there's some guy that you just can't pass up on.
And that's what they should do. And I think another thing we have to look at is is his contract going to be extended? Because Howie's contract is up after this year, so now we have to look and see, if a team has 2 first-round picks, 2 1s and 2 2s, and Howie is gone, just say it does happen. A GM is going to jump on this job. I mean, there's going to be GMs lining up to be the GM here just because of those picks. And I think we need to find out first if Howie's going to be here. I'm not a fan of it because we saw some Howie picks and we saw some picks that we think that Gannon and Nick Sirianni definitely had a lot of influence in as well, collaborative efforts. So.
Yep. Philly 500's Gimp. Thank you for the super chat. That's all he wanted to say, I guess. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, And I saw something over here I wanted to address, but I can't find it. They were talking about how Devonta Smith, even putting on weight, he'll never be big enough in the NFL. I disagree with that. There's been some smaller wide receivers that have been good. And then somebody said Deshaun Jackson was better than Devonta Smith. I think Deshaun Jackson was a great receiver, one of the great deep threats of all time, but he wasn't a all-around receiver, okay?
No.
He was not. He was never going to be a number one guy. Devonta Smith, to me, has the talent to wear a gold jacket one day. That's the kind of level I think he is. I think he's a Marvin Harrison type. So I'm expecting big things from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed.
Philly, how did Mark Holmes get media credentials and you don't? And you didn't? That poser isn't even your sports zip code. This comes from. Well, thank you, Timothy. I appreciate the compliment. I think it's about who you know sometimes. But you know what, Mark. In all seriousness, Mark deserves it, and I'm happy for him. And I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he has a great time, at the Hall of Fame. And he, it's great. It's good for him. Let's see here. 500 shakes. I'm Lone Wolf. What's up, Lone Wolf? Where I live, but I always bleed green. Fly goes fly. Bleeding green from Texas. Thank you, buddy. I know you're in enemy territory. You know what I mean? Mark Hutchins says Philly 500 gets excited when the Eagles hire a water boy. Did you ever see him play linebacker? He's pretty damn good. Of course, you would too if you had Bobby Boucher at linebacker, baby. Who's your all favorite Eagle? Mine is Tommy McDonald, Boomer Sooner. Who's your favorite Eagle? Give me your top three favorite Eagles of all time.
Oh, God, top three. I mean, obviously, Brian Dawkins is in the mix there. Randall Cunningham, just because I think he was a huge fan favorite and obviously great accuracy, could run all over the place. And then the Axeman at linebacker. The Axeman was, oh, my God, he was just a physical specimen. Loved him a lot. Yeah. And great to watch him.
Yeah, my top three would be Reggie White 1, Randall Cunningham probably 2, and then Brian Dawkins 3. That would be my top 3. And my dad would agree with you on Tommy McDonald, but I didn't. He was before my era, so it's hard for me to say. But I know he was a great player, though. He was a great player. Philly 500's Gimp says, "I love you, Cox." Thank you for the super chat. Turntable Teddy, thank you for the super chat. Wasn't Todd Stinkston as thick as a twig but stayed healthy? He was thinner looking than Devonta Smith, but he was taller. Devonta will be much better. I agree. Devonta Smith is going to be a stud, dude. Thank you for super chat. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Jason, let me see. I'm going to see which one member we got here. Welcome to Dingbat Nation, Jason. Jason Reese, welcome to Dingbat Nation. Thanks for joining, man. Got a lot of exclusive videos for Dingbat Nation. Just put one out a few days ago, man. I hope you get to check it out when you get a chance. We still have over 350 people here. Please like, please subscribe, and click the link in the description. The Philly Shakedown podcast next week will be on Joey's channel, so you don't want to miss it. Click the link, subscribe, and subscribe to this channel. Also, if you haven't, you like the stream. This is always fun. But in closing, Joey, I mean, we've been going about an hour and 25 minutes. What are your thoughts going into the second week of training camp?
I'm ready to see, these players get the helmets on and start hitting. I think that's really, it's supposed to be the most exciting part. And, we're hoping that guys stay healthy. I mean, and then that's where the real competition lies in when we get the helmets on and we get the pads on and, we start this thing rolling to see who really is going to stand out, not by standing out by, not tackling and, doing certain drills and stuff. Yeah. But I think just seeing where these coaches are bringing some of these guys and, see what happens. I'm pumped for it. Next week's going to be a better week. I got a good feeling.
Absolutely. It's an interesting question. Philly 500, did you side with T.O. or McNabb? I'm going to be honest. I sided with T.O. And I was a if you thought I was a Carson Wentz apologist, you would have been like really thought I was a McNabb apologist. But there was something always about T.O. to me is I always felt that he spoke his mind, he was honest. And then you look at some of the players on that team, and I thought after he played the Super Bowl hurt, should have won the MVP in a loss. For McNabb not to kind of back him up there really cost a lot of problems. So I did side with T.O. and I didn't want him to go. What about you? Do you remember that whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't pick a side. I mean, I understand. I mean, I definitely I like guys that are honest, like To was. I mean, he didn't hide from anything, and you know what? If people aren't going to back that on the team or back him up and agree with him, or at least when you're starting quarterback, has problems with your wide receiver like that, and
Yeah.
it creates more problems for the offseason, and obviously it fell apart. But
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Philly B Max says, I'm 30. I love the classics. My first jersey was a Cunningham jersey. And Dawkins had to be the hardest hitter I saw ruthless. Yeah, Dawkins was a beast. No question about it. My first Eagles jersey of all time was a Mike Quick jersey. That was my first jersey. I was a big Mike Quick and Roy Nell Young fan when I was like, because I started watching right before Buddy Ryan came. So it was just after Vermeil. I think it was Marion Campbell was the coach, and that's when I started getting into the Eagles. I was young. Tyler, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Appreciate that. So we appreciate that. One more coming in. They're coming in. Demon Badger, man. Thank you for the super chat. He says 500. Give us the Trubisky or the Mad Dog song. Well, which one do you want? I'll give you the Trubisky song. I'm all out of whiskey, 'cause I lost my Trubisky. I know Philly was right to say that the best is stink. And Josh don't even want his jersey back now. I have a Trubisky jersey.
why would he?
I know, right? But we got more songs coming. I'm working on a new. I just released an intro. I got a couple more I'm working on. I got a intro I'm working on called Breaking Bad Dog. So that's good. I need a little more time with that, but that's coming. But Joey, man, I totally enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun tonight. We are in training camp next week. We'll talk about doing the Hall of Fame game. But I just want to thank everybody for being here. If you guys haven't, click the link in the description. Make sure you sub up the better half of the Philly Shakedown podcast. Don't you frown. It's Philly Shakedown.
He made that up. I swear to God, he made that up. I did not have anything to do with that, and he's gonna do it every time. Because next week, I ain't doing that. Next week, it's not gonna happen. He's gonna try to say it next week.
It's so stupid. I can't help it. Like, you gotta love it. But seriously, thank you guys. Jay, anything you want to say on the way out, man?
Guys, I'm excited, guys. I mean, we have a lot to look forward to. I mean, this is just the start of training camp. We got through the little ins and outs, without the pads on. Now, next week's the real deal. Like, we're going to see the real competition, and
Yep.
I can't wait to go over it next week. Going to be exciting.
Yeah. You got any videos, anything coming out and working on?
I'm doing I'm not doing my training camp video for today. That's gonna be uploaded tomorrow, and I'm gonna have some extra. I'm gonna have probably a couple videos out tomorrow. I know I probably should take a day off, but I'm probably not going to. Probably just gonna put a couple videos out tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and as far as me, I'm not sure. I may do a video, may not. It's probably going to depend more on the news cycle, what's going on. I might catch my breath because I've been more Holmes than you guys all week, and I told you it was going to happen at training camp. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us. We do appreciate it. Like I said, click the link in the description. Sub up Joey Shakes so you don't miss another podcast episode and watch all his great videos. And if you haven't, sub this channel as well if you want. And with that said, we are going to let you guys go. Take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Don't be the dingbat from England. That guy's a dingbat.